Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the day after Labor Day, so I thought I would come on and tell you a little bit about the routines that I often help and share with parents on what they can do for the new school year. So I have my top 10 list. Number 1, make some routines. Make a morning routine, make an afternoon routine, and an evening routine for your kids. That will help them to get into some type of routine and be organized in what they're doing and help them to keep on track. Number 2, get yourself a monthly calendar and be able to put all of your children's activities and due dates and homework assignments on it. I do have one on my website that's free that I made up for some of my students, and I hope that it could help you too. And that way you know you're not surprised by a due date or a test date or a quiz date. You already have it all laid out each week. Number 3, have a designated place where you do homework and a designated place for backpacks, for anything that you're going to be taking to school. Have a place for that also, so that the kids know that that's where I go to get my things before I go to school. Since you have the organizer, what you also want to have is something for your child to be responsible for. And what I often do is I get a little cheap little memo pad from the dollar store or the Dollar Tree, and have your child just take that to every class, just have it in the front pocket of their backpack or wherever, and whenever they have homework assigned, they need to write that down. They need to put the subject, what's been assigned, when is it due. So that helps them get some responsibility. Then when they get home, have them take that little notepad out and write down on the homework organizer so that you have it at home. Now, I know a lot of schools, if they're in the lower grades, they will have a folder that has all that for you. So you probably would not have to do that. But as they get into middle school, that's a great time to start it, because that gets them in the habit. And then when they get into high school, they have something to organize themselves so that they don't miss any kind of due dates or test dates. Number 4, have a homework organizer. The homework organizer is what I mentioned earlier that you can download, and it has each week, it's just a separate little sheet that you can print for your kids. And what they will do is when they come home, they'll write down what their assignments were, and they'll put down dates. There's a little place in the corner where you can put quiz dates, test dates, project due dates, anything like that that's important. Maybe it's field trip days or days that money is due for something, and you'll remember to do that if you've got that organizer. Another tip that I have is try to have their homework done at the same place at the same time, whether it be at a desk, like I said before, maybe at the kitchen table. Kitchen table is our place where we do most of our work for homeschool and for homework in my home. So it's a good central place. That way, if they have questions, you're right close to them, hopefully, and we're able to be helping them, or someone else will be close enough to be helping them. And it gives them space. Sometimes with a school desk that's in a room or something, there's just not enough space to spread things out. I like to have my kitchen table because I can spread things out more. Try to have family dinners at least twice a week. This is my next tip. The reason I say to do that is we're so disconnected and so busy. Possibly you can catch some things that might be causing them problems, or some type of emotional things that are going on with them. Sometimes if you just sit down and have them talk about it, that's a good way to try to catch problems before they really become a problem. Another thing with my ESL students, I tell parents and kids to practice your English during dinner. And they say, oh, I don't want to do that. But what you do is it's a challenge. What you do is with the kids, you tell them, okay, we're going to play a game. We're going to go 5 minutes speaking only in English. Whoever speaks in our native language first loses. So it's a good game, and the kids like it. They get really competitive with it because they want to be the one that lasts the longest speaking English. Some of you have been in school for several weeks. Some of you have only been there maybe a week. Within this first month, please contact your teachers. Contact them by email, however they ask to be contacted. I know they're busy and they can't talk to every single parent every single day, but sometimes it helps just to have a little note saying, okay, I'm so-and-so's mom, I'm so-and-so's dad. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here. If there's any problems, please feel free to contact me. That helps the teacher too, because we hate making those bad calls. But sometimes we want to be able to make good calls to where we brag on your child. And you having communication with your teacher helps you to know where your child is academically and what you can do all throughout the year, instead of waiting till April to have a panic attack because your child is behind. You can go ahead and have that communication with your teacher and be working with them as a team to help your child achieve their academic goals. Now, this next tip is a very sticky subject, and I get a lot of flack on this. I tell parents, try to limit your child's extracurricular activities to 1 or 2 per week. That includes church activities. So I would say have a church activity and then have 1 extracurricular. That way you're not running from one event to another, one practice to another. Sometimes you may forget a practice, or it's just too much and overwhelming. You don't need that added stress, and your child doesn't need that added stress. They need to have time. Yes, they need to have something extracurricular, something that they can be part of a team and learn things like that, or maybe it's gymnastics or dance or pottery or art class, but they don't need so many of them that they don't have time to really focus on their academics. So that's what I kind of tip that I give parents. It's less stress on you and it's less stress on your kids. And then they're more picky about what they want to choose to be in if you're only limiting it to 1 or 2. And instead of them getting in a whole lot of different things, and then half of them they don't want to go to and they quit halfway through the semester. My last tip is get help when you need it. So whether it's going to your teacher and asking if she does after school tutoring, if there's a program that your school has, if there's a community program, or if you actually, there are children who need personal one-on-one tutoring. Get that help. Always, whenever I have strategy sessions with my clients, we talk about all the options. I would love to help your student, but if there's some other option that's better for you, whether it's financially or if your child does not do well in a certain situation, or if I know a tutor that specializes in something that I'm not doing and your child needs, I'm going to refer you to them and I'm going to help you through that process. One thing that I love to do is I love to be a bridge between the parents, not so much a bridge, but that all of us can be on a team, parent, teacher, and tutor, and to help your child right where they are. So with my having communication with teachers, that helps the student too, because we're not doing something extra. What we're doing is we're tying in what they're doing in class and then enhancing it and helping that child to, maybe it's catch up on a certain skill that they're behind on. Maybe it's, they just have math anxiety, or they have anxiety in ESL class, or they're having trouble to understanding the teacher because they're not understanding the speaking skills and the listening skills in English. Let me know if you have any questions or if I can be of any help, and you can check my website, it's in my bio, and I hope that this school year is the most successful yet for you and your children. Thanks so much. Have a great day.